So they just hit us real hard, guys. Direct hit, direct assault on our economy, all right? And there's more things that are to a war than just direct, missiles flying, ICBMs flying, tactical nukes, howitzers flying out, artillery flying out, all right? There's more than just that to a war. There's also the economic side, and they just hit us extremely hard, right in the heart, all right? This is going to affect everything. This is going to make food prices go up. This is going to make tractors, it's more expensive to drive your tractor for the farmers to do this, all right? Right at harvest season, this is happening. This is going to make it more expensive to just go to the store, go to work, everything. This is going to affect everything, all right? So OPEC has officially announced, OPEC Plus, I guess, has officially announced that they are cutting oil production by 2 million barrels a day. All right, so the U.S. total production, or the U.S. total consumption, sorry about that, per day is around 19 million. So this is around a 10% cut to our oil, all right, to our oil that we are getting. And the U.S. does import a lot of oil for their markets. I think it's a like 7 million barrel a day deficit around there. So this is a direct hit, all right? This is Saudi Arabia, Russia, a whole host of other OPEC countries that are over there in the Middle East that are deciding that we need to raise oil prices, all right? And this is also causing a double effect. So we are tapping into our oil reserves. We're also draining our oil reserves to compensate to keep oil prices a little bit lower. So they're cutting back 2 million a day. So we drain, we're going to drain 2 million a day now. But this is adding up very quickly. Our oil reserves are at dangerously low levels. What if there is a massive war? This oil is supposed to be for that. If this OPEC oil gets cut off completely in a war, then we are supposed to use our emergency reserves. That's what they're supposed to be for, but we're already using them. So are we technically already in a war? Who knows? Because this is supposed to be our oil for our literal military, okay, to use in case there's a massive war, okay, in case we need to ramp up, have a ton of domestic oil reserves, right? So what's going on? What's happening? Why are we draining this? Why are we getting this direct hit? This is going to affect farmers harvesting their crops right now, okay? Because gas prices, diesel prices are going to go higher. This is going to affect truckers driving. Diesel prices are going to go even higher. Diesel prices really haven't gone down that much. They've gone down a little bit since the peak in the summer, but they haven't gone down that much. So look for that to go up. All these, every good you buy, everything you buy is transported and moved by a trucker. All right, that's just how it is. That's how it is. Everything you do, everything you buy, everything you touch got there from a trucker, okay? And it got there from a ship being shipped across the ocean from China or something, okay? It takes massive amounts of energy and fuel to get a single good inside your hand, even just a little, whatever, cheap Chinese toy, dollar store toy. It takes a ton of energy just to get it over here, okay? And get it to the dollar store. So this is going to affect everything. Even though it's only 2 million barrels, it's still going to add up. And it's a sign that we can do this at any moment. We can cut oil production at any moment, all right? And this is essentially Saudi Arabia and Russia kind of drawing a line in the sand saying that we are kind of together, okay? Because Saudi Arabia has thumbed their nose at the Biden administration many times just in the past few years. There's been many snubs, many cold shoulders, all right? And this is another one to kind of show that we are on the side of Russia. We could cut off your oil at any moment and pretty much ruin your economy, affect everything in your economy, all right? And this also comes as the Biden administration is essentially negotiating with Venezuela to ramp up their oil production. They're trying to get, I think, Exxon in there to start drilling again. Exxon or Chevron, it's one of those, I can't remember. They're trying to get them in there to start drilling again, okay? And you could say these are dictators, which is true. Like, we kind of are just funding a dictatorship, and Venezuela is kind of more allies with Russia than the United States. But it's also, it could be a win. It could be good. Maybe this is good. I don't know. Maybe it is good to up oil production and have more people producing more energy so prices go down. All right. But why don't the real question is, okay, the real question to all this is, because this is just kind of stupid. We're begging these dictators. Everyone should up production, but why isn't the United States upping production? All right. Why aren't they upping? Like, we are the biggest energy producer in the world, and we are shutting down our energy production constantly. Look up, I've mentioned this a few times, but it's just been like here and there. Look up the Persimmon Basin. Persimmon Basin. It's in Texas, okay? And it accounts for 40% of the United States domestic oil production. 40%, all right? And the administration is trying to shut it down. They're trying to say that it doesn't meet the right EPA levels for ozone levels, all this stuff. It's honestly a bunch of nonsense. To shut down 40% of our oil production, that's huge. I made a video yesterday. Go check that out. I broke down everything, talked about all the stuff going on. But in France, okay, they are rationing gasoline right now. They are telling people you cannot fill up portable containers of gasoline. Those are banned. You cannot use those. And they're begging people, please do not panic buy gas. Please, because it's 1 in 10 gas stations in the whole country are out of gas. And then it's, I think, 1 in 5, and certain regions are out of gas too, right? So they're pleading with people to please do not buy gasoline, all right, because the reserves are so low. So what's happening, guys? Is this intentional? Was this a direct blow to the U.S. economy? Was this a direct hit? That's what it seems like, because it's going to the heart of it all. Oil. That's kind of what started everything the past 6, 8, 9 months. That this has been going on, is these oil wars and these sanctions on oil. The EU just put even more sanctions on oil as well. All right, just put even more. I broke that down in my video earlier today. Go check that out. And there's a ton of more in that too. But that's another key to this whole puzzle. And I saw Germany is blaming the United States for their high natural gas prices and their high gas prices. Like, aren't you the ones that put the sanctions on? You put the sanctions on yourself, essentially. You know what I mean? Like, that's what these sanctions are. It's on their own country too. They're limiting their own country, what their own country can do, who they can trade with, where they can get oil from in the world. It's probably making it cheaper for some places like India that are just taking all this Russian oil. It's probably cheaper there, and then we're just forcing ourselves to be more expensive here. And then I saw Germany was blaming the United States for it. It's like, this is insane. This is crazy world, loony world. All right. So direct hit to the United States economy. This is going to affect everything. Farmers, truckers, everyone, guys. You driving to the store. I noticed when gas was like really high, when it was like $5 a gallon here in Colorado, I was even like cutting back. I was like, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to like wait a few days and do everything in one day. Like, I wasn't going to the store every few days. I was like only going once a week, because I was like, this is too much gas. I'm spending a ton of gas driving an hour to the store or whatever. You know what I mean? It was taking too much time and money. So get prepared, guys. This is going to lead to rationing as well too. We can definitely see that in the future. OPEC could just limit more barrels, and we could definitely see rationing, just like in France, in the United States. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Stay prepared, and you guys have a big old blessed day.